All right, before we get started on this, can we just talk about something just real quick? So I just released a competitive club bag build when I was using for the TGC tours. And then HB Studios has to come out and release these Mizuno clubs? Like, why do they gotta do this? I just released that video. Just did it. And then these Mizuno clubs come out. My bag's just all Mizuno clubs now. It's all Mizuno clubs. I get a 3-wood that gives me 3 less yards, but it gives me more shot shaping, more forgiveness, and more distance control when I'm doing a ton of partial shots with my 3-wood. Then they give me irons that do a little bit more distance, a little better shot shaping to allow me to spin it more. The smallest amount of forgiveness less and less distance control that I don't need on my irons. So it helps me bridge the gap between my 4-iron and 3-iron a little bit better. Like, what the heck? I just made that video. What the heck? But anyways, here we are. We have Persephone Golf Club, which is the location of the TGC promotion event number 1. If this is your first time doing one of these, the promotion event is something that the TGC Tours runs about every 3-ish months, where depending on how you do and how you place in the field, you can actually jump up a massive amount of flights. You can go from CCF to the PGA Tour, technically. They use these events to even out the flights to make sure that the proper amount of people are playing in each flight. So this week is your chance to run up a great score at a great course and maybe make a big jump to the flight that best matches your skill level. So today we're going to be going over how I will play Persephone Golf Club. I have the round 1 conditions here, which is medium wind speed, wind direction southwest, fairways are firm, greens are default, green speed's moderate, time of day is dawn, weather is overcast. So let's hop on out, Persephone Golf Club, with all the new clubs now that are in my bag. Let's get started. This is such a well-made course. I love this course. Crazy Canuck is, he does really good work with courses. So if you haven't played this yet, you're in for a treat. Alright. These fairways on some of these holes are a little tight, and there are places that you're going to have to lay up, and there are places that you're probably going to have to go for it and get yourself into a little uncomfortable position. First hole right off the bat, it may look like you might run it off the fairway, but it doesn't matter. Just grip it and rip it. You'll land in the fairway even if it is 45 downhill. Doesn't matter. Grip, rip, right down the fairway. Even laying up, there isn't really like a great spot to land on a layup, so just take out the driver and hit it. It always wants to give me a pitch here. Don't do it. Whatever you do, don't land short. You want to land it a little long if possible. And have it roll back to the hole. If you land it short, it's probably going to run off the green. And you're going to just be chipping up to save par. So try to get it above the hole. Oh, this should be okay. We're not going to have the most pretty of putts here. But not too bad. Whatever you do, just don't land it short. Don't take the risk. If you land it long, too, it's alright, because it flattens out at the hole, so you don't have to run the risk of running it down the front side of the green. Let's see if we can make this for a birdie, though. Maybe. Woo! Yes, we can. All right, it's a good way to start her off with a nice little birdie here. Promotion events are always hard to guess like what each like spot will be for the flights. I'm interested to see how the whole entire field stacks up this week. All right, this is one of the holes where you can do a couple of things. If you get it up here, you'll get into a pitch region. You can lay it up though. Even if you lay it up, look, you only have a $1.27 to go, so you'll just be taking in a wedge. So it's up to you on what you want to work with. If you want to work here, much more fairway to work with, or you can go for it and get yourself into a region to pitch the ball in. Or go into the rough like me, whichever. Gosh darn it. Alright. The rough at this course is very unforgiving too, as you can see. That's almost always when you go into the rough. It is very heavy rough. We'll get it up here nicely though for another birdie shot. I'm guessing the scores are gonna be pretty low if you want to getting up to the top 3 tours. These greens aren't too terrible, so there's gonna be a lot of birdie opportunities at this course. Here's your landing zone for this hole if you want to go for it. Right here. That is your landing zone. If you end to the right though, it's not too bad, so don't worry too much if you do end right. A little too far left and long. Still won't be that bad of a putt. This is what a lot of the greens are like, though. Like, the putts aren't really that hard. There's a couple of holes where it becomes a little bit more difficult. But for the most part, you're going to be able to score pretty handily on these greens. Putts per hole are going to be low. Oh, as I barely just missed that one. That's a bummer. Gonna be a lot of 1-putts. All right, this par 5 right here. So if you want to go for this in 2, you need to overpower your drive. You have to get that little bit extra out of it, because if you just do 101%, you're probably gonna fall a little bit short. And if you try to go for it, you run the risk of going OB, which is all through here. All of this is OB. So if you want to go for this, you really need to try to overpower your shot. 103, 104, 105. Hopefully you can get up here enough to get yourself a chance to go for it. We're going to see how we fare here. If it's close, I highly suggest you don't go for it. Yeah, like this. Way too close. You could try to driver it if you want. I don't even want to run the risk, because if you like slow your driver, even fast your driver, anywhere in here is OB. So if you want to get saucy, you can. Maybe pull out your driver and go for it. I fell just a little bit short. Just a little bit short. We're just going to play it up here with our 3-iron. Get ourselves a pitch shot in. This all funnels back to the right, so try to land it a little bit higher up here. But if you want to try to go for it, you can. Just you run the risk of going OB and kind of killing your round before it even begins. Because if you landed OB there, you're gonna be taking home probably a bogey, at least. All right, we got a straight putt. Maybe a slight break to the left. Yeah, those beads are barely moving. It's a slight break to the left, so let's play for it. See if we can get home this birdie. God dang it. It was a slight break to the left at the hole, but somewhere in the middle, it broke to the right. Gosh darn it. All right, the first, play it at your own risk, go for it. So the good thing about this hole is even if you land it a little bit left, you can still sometimes funnel it. You just got to watch out for going in the water. I suggest, for me, like I'm going to try to fade this in. I'm actually going to de-loft it some because I want to take some distance off. I don't want to loft it up because if I loft it up into this 9-mile-an-hour wind, who knows what the hell is going to happen. Let's see if we can get this close, though. Oh, and we very fast it. This is still going to funnel a little bit towards the hole. See? I always suggest to go for this. Just play it left. Like we just did. Let's see if maybe we can make this. Close. Again, if you choose, you know, not to, you can, like this is 100 yards. You can choose to play, or not 100 yards, but you can choose to play a mid-iron out here. Try to keep it as left as possible, just so you don't have to deal with the slope out to the right. So try to keep it as left as possible and play it in. Whatever you feel like doing, I just suggest going for it. As long as you keep it left. You just gotta keep it left. Don't even, you can try to get cute and go right at the hole, but if you miss, you have to miss this left. All right, here's the Devil Landing Zone par 3 for this round. More than likely, you're gonna take this long. Don't end short, because ending short, sometimes you'll hit solid here, and it'll skip off into the water. So if you're gonna miss it left to skip up onto the green. The safe play, though, is to just play it for a landing zone in here. Play it long, it'll roll back a little bit, and you don't have that terrible of a putt coming in. You just have to avoid hitting it too hard. Or you can do what I'm about to do, which is play it off to the left. Peel off just a touch. And try to land this pretty solid and have it run up to the hole. And we fasted it. So if you hit this perfect, it will bounce into the rough just short and kind of run up to the hole. Like you'll land it over here and it'll hit and skip up kind of in this area right here. Just depends on how wild you're feeling. We're not playing this round too good. Average score for me on Persephone is about a 10 under. So you're probably, if I had to guess, gonna have to hit around that each round to get up maybe to the PGA. I don't know how many spots are going to be available on the PGA, but I'm thinking if you can hit an 8 to 12 under every round, you're probably going to be elite or higher. All right, hole number 7. Don't do the big stick. You have a chance to run into the rough. If you get a really crazy bounce, sometimes the wind probably won't carry us there this time. But 12, 13 mile an hour wind, you can sometimes skip it off into the OB. So just play your 3-wood back. You're not going to have that long of a shot coming in on your second shot, even if you do 3-wood. As I've freaking very fasted again. Good thing this all slopes back to the right. Jesus. Shot is not there right now. And then we'll take a nice little 5-iron in. Just try to scoot this up just right of the hole. Or go right at it because I'm fasting everything. Can we not right now? Game, please? Please? That works. That works. We can just do that. That works. That works. I don't know what's happening to my shot. It's been fine all morning. All right. This is a grip and rip hole. You want to try to keep it as right as possible. I do that by fading it in. I'm going to fast it, but still fade it in. Because with this green, you want to keep it right so that you have a better approach coming into this leftmost pin. Even if you get it left, it's still okay, but try to keep it a little right in the fairway. We didn't fade enough. This is going to stay a little left, which we don't want, but again, we still have a shot coming in. If you keep it right, it allows you to hit this zone a little bit better, because you need to land it in here and have it skip up onto the green. We didn't get that, so we're going to try to loft this sucker up a little bit. You want to land it like right in here, because it hits and it skips up towards the hole. So that's what we're going to try to do. Not far enough left. Not a bad shot coming in here, though. Yeah. Try to get this close. Perfect. We'll at least get ourselves another birdie. You can albatross that, though. You got to land it in the rough a little bit and have it skip up, but it is possible to albatross it. Or get it extremely close for an eagle. All right, grip and rip. Just grip and rip. Or slow it into a bunker. Whichever. Whichever you prefer. Don't know what's going on with my shot right now. I'm surprised we are 5 under, honestly. Very, very, very surprised. Because this shot is... ooh, ugly. Can we get a birdie here? Yes, we can. Jeez, oh, Pete's. 6 under at the turn. Okay. I feel like I should be like a 3 under, but I will take a 6 under. All right, this is grip and rip again. It all funnels back into the center of the fairway, whether you land it in left or right. So as long as you can keep it just in the fairway somewhere, it'll funnel back to the center for you. Another hole where you play it long. Unless you want to go at the hole. At the hole is right around here. I just usually play it long and just try to get it as close as possible. Hitting down the hill isn't too bad, especially on moderate greens. Perfect. Another chance at a birdie. See if we can get it. Nope. Just a tad off. Bummer. All right, another par 5. You don't have to worry about, you know, overpowering this one, because you can actually, if you're using the zero sum, you can get it there with a 3-iron. So just keep it fairway. If you can keep it fairway, you're gonna be good coming in for your second shot with your handy dandy zero sum 3-iron if you're using it. Try to keep this a little bit on track. Wind is going to carry this the extra needed. A little right. But still okay. If you can land that a little bit more left, it usually runs up the hill somewhere around here. You'll have a little bit of an uphill putt, but it's not too bad. Unless you have like a if you're using a hybrid or a 3-wood, if you want a partial shot it, you can. You can come up here and kind of use this as a backstop. The only problem that I have is if you hit it too hard and you go into the rough, you're going to have a downhill chip. And if you fast that downhill chip, sometimes you'll roll back down here. So it's up to you how you want to attack. I would rather have this chip than the chip up top above the hole on a downhill track. Because we almost made it. Instead, we'll take home an easy birdie. 7 under. Not too bad. All right. This all funnels downhill. So for this, you can go right at it if you want and just run it, land it here, and run it in. I do a little bit of a draw and use this hill on the right to my favor and try to end up somewhere in here. I don't go right at the hole. I just want to get it close enough to get a birdie. Going to the left, you'll still have an easy shot coming out of here, out of the bunker for a par. But if you go for a tight landing zone right here, it's a lot harder to get that birdie because you're going to have to hole out if you miss it just by a touch. So I just go over here because the screen's not too difficult. I just aim for a little region right here to end, my ball to end. That way we have a chance at a birdie. So that's what we're going to try here. And we slowed it, but this should still be okay. This will roll up. Perfect. Right where we wanted it. Legitimately right where we wanted it. Now we have a a nice little 15-footer for birdie. We're going to hit this one pretty firm. Moderate greens so we can. I pulled it. And we missed it because of it. Gosh darn it. Nice little dog leg right. It funnels back mainly into the fairway. So I just use that to my advantage. The wind's with us as well, so we'll just fade a driver around here. Even if you lay it up into the bigger portion of the fairway, you don't have that hard of a shot coming in for your second. I just like getting close as possible because the wedges are always more forgiving. So that's what I try to do. Get into the more of a forgiving zone with my wedges. Now we have another shot at a birdie. Maybe try not to pull it this time. Instead, we'll push it and miss it. Gosh darn it. I overcorrected. Oh, that is the worst. Putting just killing me right now. Gosh darn it. Okay, this hole, you can grip and rip if you'd like. You have to keep it right, though. Anything left, this all funnels into the rough. Which is still fine because you have a pitch coming in. But I suggest just taking a 3-wood out and not very fasting it. And ending in the rough here. Don't very fast it. Just keep it center fairway. If you want to, you can driver it. You're going to end up down in here almost every time. Literally almost every time. But I guess that way I would just had a pitch instead of this. We'll be all right. All right. Let's just hit this one straight. Well, hopefully, since my swing plane's been a little off of my putter. Pushed it again. Good thing it broke back to the left a little bit. Birdie home. All right, number 15. You can lay up. 3-iron, 3-wood. You do this, though, you're going to have a 3-wood coming in. So that's up to you how you want to play that. If you want to just play for par, you can. And just lay up. Play for left side green, you know, in here, because you're not going to be able to stop it with a 3-wood. So take a 3-iron or a partial 3-wood in here, or hybrid, whatever you're using, 5-wood. Just get it up in here and play for par. Or you can try to split the gap up here like I'm about to do, and I'll probably miss because my swing's been pretty shit, but split the gap, get it up here. That way you have a better approach shot coming in with more green to work with. All right. So now we have a ton of green to work with. Before, you'd be coming in at an angle like this and have absolutely no green to work with. You're either going to go long, maybe you run it off to the left. If you slow it, you're going to end up in the cabbage over here. Let's see if we can get a 4-iron in here. Decently close. Or fast it, and it's gonna freaking soar like an eagle. Gosh darn it. Swing is letting me down right now. We're still gonna end up here. Okay. This isn't gonna be the easiest. It's gonna be one of our hardest putts. Well, let's see if we can make it. Whew, close. A little too hard. Well, at least save par. This is one of the hardest holes on the course. And it's just due to its sheer size. All right, for this one, just keep it right. That's all you need to know. Just keep it right. Because if you short it right, you'll still have a putt. If you go long and right, you'll still funnel back to the hole. If you go left, it's death. If you're short and left, you're not in a good spot to make that putt. So just keep it right. Even if you miss the green right, you have a much better chip coming in than you would for any other shot. So just keep it right. This is going to be a little bit too right. But again, we missed the green. That's okay. We still have a pretty decent chip coming in. And we'll take home our par. You just got to keep it pin high and to the right. All right, another grip and rip. Try to keep it left. That way you have a nice little fade shot coming in for your second shot. Or perfect it right into the bunker. Dreaded straight ball. So if you were to keep that left, or even in the fairway, what you would take in is a 3-wood, and you'd have to fade it in. The 3-wood, like this one or the 248, is matched perfect with the wind, and if you do a slight fade, your landing zone will be right in this area, and you'll just scoot it up onto the green. We ended in the bunker though, so we're just gonna lay up just right down here. We'll get a nice little pitch shot in and try to get this close for a birdie. That will work. Taking home a birdie. And finally, hole 18. Just got to keep it in the fairway. This funnels back some. If you land it right, more than likely you're going to stay right. Just trying to keep it middle left fairway here. This will be all right. Funnels back to the hole. Keep it right, and it should funnel back nicely for you. Yeah, this will be good. It all funnels back towards the hole. Beautiful. Just how we drew it up. And we'll finish it off with my average. My average has been about a 10 under. I don't feel like I played that round very good though, but we still got a 10 under. Yeah, I mean that kind of goes to show how recovery can work to your favor at this course. 57% fairway in regulation and still shot a 10 under. If I would have got that into the 70s or 80%, we probably could have shot a cool, calm 12, 13, 14 under here. But that's Persephone Golf Club. I wish I could have shown you a little bit more of like what spots to hit. I wish I would have shot a little bit better off the tee and with my irons so that I could have shown you actual like landing zones and what they looked like with each shot. But that kind of gives you a little high level view at Persephone. So there you have it. That is your promotion event #1 course. Go forth and conquer. I hope you all, go up in your flight. You'll have to let me know if you're going to make any big jumps down in the comments. Usually we have a couple of people each promotion event that do like major jumps, like CCD to like the Elite or the Platinum Tour. Usually every promotion event we get something wild like that. So you'll have to let me know how you all do. Hopefully this helps though. If it did, make sure to leave a like on the video. If you haven't yet, think about subscribing to the channel. We do these types of videos every week. My TGC Tour rounds I post. I'm probably going to be coming out with a new bag update once I test these clubs a little bit more. Because more than likely, I'm going to be using these clubs for here on out, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And we will catch you on the next one. Deuces.